So Blord was sentenced to Kuje prison today. In fact, let's just say he is in awaiting trial. He's going to be there for 26 days according to Verydarkblackman. Yeah, today being the 1st of April 2026, he was sentenced as a result of impersonating Verydarkblackman and claiming who he is not. There's one thing we don't know. Listen, let's keep sentiment aside. Let's keep emotion aside. Let's keep all those tribalistic nonsense aside. Let us face the facts. You see, impersonation is a very serious offense. Impersonation is a very serious offense in this country. In fact, it's a criminal offense. I know most of you do not know. Claiming who you are not, impersonating someone, using somebody's face, either to defraud people or to mislead people or to obtain by trick. Anyhow you use someone's face that is not your own face to do a kind of business and you did not seek that person's consent, the person did not sign. That is why you see they have brand ambassadors, they sign before you can be able to use that person's face to do business. You think those people doing all of those things are fools? They are not fools. You have to take or obtain permission before using anybody's face. You understand? So impersonation is a criminal offense. Is a felony that will send you to 3 years imprisonment. And that was one of the offenses that Blord committed. And let us not pretend like we do not know the truth. Or let us not come here and begin to do all those kind of things. We knew very, very well that he did a lot of things. You see that big board that he did, using his name, using his face, even his bill points. Verydarkblackman's name was everywhere. According to Verydarkblackman, he said he even lied that he paid Verydarkblackman a huge sum of money to use his face. These are the things that if they had a kind of agreement, Verydarkblackman will charge him, he will pay him handsomely before using his face. But this one, he did not use it, and he was using it to like a kind of defrauding, because according to Verydarkblackman, they said the B point was having issue, and a lot of people were complaining. In fact, I think that was the main real problem, real thing that brought that started this battle between Verydarkblackman and Blord. You understand? Then again, looking at these people, I begin to wonder, this Blord, sometimes to have money is not enough. If you have money, you need to have sense too. And you need to have good advisors. I was asking, does it mean that this guy does not have good advisors? You don't have lawyers, you don't have personal advisors. Even if you don't get all of this, what about your wife? Can't she advise you well? What about your mother? Can she not call you to order? What about good friends around you? Can't they advise you? Or does it mean that you don't listen to anybody's advice? You feel like you know it all? Money is not everything. I know you're not going to stay there for life. I know you will eventually come out. But before you come out, you must have spent a lot. Now your brand is damaged. It has affected that same brand that I told you from onset. That you're a good businessman. You should stay away from this kind of banter. Stay away from this kind of nonsense that you're doing with Verydarkblackman on social media. I said it, but you didn't listen to me. Now it's happening. People, I know you are not going to buy inside prison. You have the right to appeal. It is still within your rights. But the thing is that, is there evidence to prove that you committed the offense that you were being sentenced to? Is there evidence? Because I knew from the moment that Verydarkblackman stopped exchanging words with you, from the moment he stopped bantering words with you, I knew that something is coming. I knew he must have been advised by his lawyers to stop exchanging words, just keep gathering information. And he was busy gathering evidence. Now I gather evidence everywhere. And all this evidence are real evidence that you showcased. You post on your wall, you post on your story, you did a whole lot of things. And before you know it, they will screenshot it and keep for you. Now, the same thing we are saying. This few minutes ago, somebody was equally on your page, maybe your admin or whoever, is still writing, claiming to be you. Meanwhile, you are already in Kuje prison. And somebody is trying to mislead the public, make it look as if you are not yet, nobody, you were not apprehended or you are not in prison. Where is the son? Who is your lawyer? Who is advising you? Who is that son that you are making mouth with? He's supposed to have advised you well. All these things starts with you. You have to know your rights. It's not all about money. Education is not a scam. You have to know your limits. You have to know. That's why most times I don't call people name direct when I'm making videos. That's why I don't put their direct pictures if I want to call you out. I do all of these things for a reason, so that when you sue me, you will tell me if that name I'm mentioning is your name, or maybe the pictures I'm using, whether they are your pictures. I do those things deliberately because I know the possibility of you wanting to sue me might be there. On the streets of the social media, you have to be very wise. If you're not wise, you will lose guard and you go in. I pray you appeal, and I pray they listen to your appeal. It depends on the judge that is handling this case. It's not the end of the world anyway. I wish you success, Sha. Thank you.